Have you ever heard the old adage 4 plus 4 equals 8?
The future makes an impression because the past is the depression.
I hate when people just come out of nowhere. That's why I don't go to orgies anymore.
All that money in that bank, that's my money.
I've eaten a crunchy Twinkie before.
I've heard it's buck naked, but I like saying butt naked. I think that most people are actually reasonable if you understand where they're coming from.
I interrupted her band practice by breaking her water. Live from wherever you are right now, it's the Socially Awkwards Podcast. I am Matt Hawkdown, and he is Branaconda. Welcome to the pod. Brandon, this is going to be a fun episode because we're going to have 4 different
That's great.
different
Yep.
segments that we are going to enjoy ourselves in. 2 of them, well, actually, one of them is one of our favorites. It's going to be a hot take segment, and then we're going to do some things with some would you rathers because that's big. 6, 7. And then we're going to have, of course, a brand new segment, which is a couple of brand new segments. One's going to be called What Happens Next, where I give you a scenario, however you want to say it. It's like apple. And I give you a scenario, and it's kind of a crazy scenario, and then you tell me what happens next. But ultimately, my favorite thing that we're going to do today is going to be called the SAC Questionnaire, which is the Socially Awkwards Questionnaire. That's what it stands for. And Brandon's going to get that sack right in his face because we're going to talk about if anybody's ever seen Stephen Colbert, he's got a questionnaire that he says to a lot of his celebrities to get to know them better. Some of them are kind of nonsensical, funny questions. Others are more of like a kind of a deeper dive into like existence and things like that. So this could be fun. And I just want to say that I think that this is going to be a good sode. Is sode okay?
Yeah, is that I'm thinking of Toad. Is it like Toad?
Yeah. It's like a Toyota Toad Runner. You've ever had one of them?
Yeah. One time.
Yeah,
it was on.
It's run by toads. That's the engine.
I had it on
Yeah.
lease. Yeah, so they grabbed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's going to be a great sode. We'll call it sode from now. There's actually just too many syllables in the English language. And I mean, honestly, when you cut off certain syllables for a word, you're just making a slang term, right? I mean, isn't that all slang is, basically?
Yeah, they're saying there's too many syllables. Is it like an alphabet where there's like 26 different syllables?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of words like I can't even say it, expialidocious. I don't want to sit here and break down the syllables to that because I feel like that would itself take 2 hours. But yeah, there are some big words out there.
Yeah.
What about those words? Or what's that word where you have like a fear of long words and it's the longest word ever? And I can't remember the word, but it's really weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's going to be a good show. How you feeling? How you doing?
I feel good.
How's everything going?
I'm loose and limber, like a tree timber.
You feel old? Do you ever feel old?
I rarely actually do. I don't
Really?
feel. I almost never.
No osteoporosis, no arthritis,
scoliosis, all the other osises, of course. I don't want to.
There's a lot of osises.
Yeah, I don't want to leave any of those out. Osmosis is a good one.
Yeah.
The itises as well.
Right, or the itises.
Yep, those as well.
Yeah,
and other various types of swellings in
right. So yeah, back knee. You got any back knee?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe in
That's
the summertime.
when your knees turn around and you walk backwards.
No, Arrival. Do you know the reference?
Oh,
yeah.
When I was thinking of that, I was thinking about Arrival because that is one. It used to be one of my favorite movies. It's a good movie. It's a rare gem from Charlie Sheen. I mean, I should say rare gem. Charlie Sheen was in some pretty good movies, but
yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah. Did you say Gravy? It was a Gravy movie?
Young Gravy, yeah.
Yeah, and Gravy. Great,
Um,
great rap star.
Good
Um,
movie, creamy.
very creamy. That's how we should start describing our movies based on food.
He was wait, he was in, more than one, like, comedy, like, parody movie, right? He was in the Hot Shots
Yeah,
movies, right?
both of those. Yeah,
Wasn't there one that
he was in
was
one of those
also
scary movies.
was he?
I think he was in at least one, maybe two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, he's
I I
crazy.
I thought there was more than that, but, I mean, Hot Shots is good enough.
I'm glad just he's doing good because I know there was some issues back in the day when he left Two and a Half Men and all that stuff. But then I heard that like after all that, he got himself some AIDS, and those AIDS help him. So I'm glad. I'm glad that
Yeah.
that worked out for him.
Gator?
Any aid, any aid really, Gatorade.
Okay, I was taking
Um,
a guess, shot in the
yeah.
dark.
Anyways, yeah, back knee for me is getting bad. Like I walk backwards a lot. You can just call me the backward man. I'm in your bushes. Well, not your bushes, but other people's bushes.
The George.
Um, and it's actually I'm in there backwards, which is scarier, you would think, right?
In the bush backwards?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's scarier for you or for the person
Oh, I think
watching
it's
you?
scarier for the person. Like they're like, "Oh my god, not
Okay.
only like on the 911 call, they'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
not only is he in my bush," which already sounds but he's backwards.
I'm gonna stop spying on this guy because
Right.
he keeps he's scaring me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
backwards.
get that, yeah.
All right. All right. Well, as the old adage, wait, have you ever do you we should talk about adages sometime. Just like
Yeah.
about like general like things that like are being passed down. But I did want to ask you, have you ever heard the old adage 4 plus 4 equals 8? Or
It's
is that
it's
have you heard that
I've
one?
been around the block, yeah, I've heard things,
Yeah.
rumblings.
Around the blocks? It's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think about it?
Oh, I don't agree with it. I
Yeah.
don't agree with it at all.
Well,
I'm
we don't
against
like
it.
to get too political here, so,
Yeah, we'll
um
save that for another time. Well, we do like to get too political, but only when it fits our narrative. And right now it
yeah,
doesn't fit
we
our
could
narrative.
put
Too many
4
bad
plus 4
things
equals 8.
happening. We
For,
don't want to
4
talk
plus
about.
4 equals 8 should be on the wheel of controversy, I think that would be a good addition.
Ooh, yeah, right. It's probably more like 1 plus 1 equals 2, or are we gonna go off on, like, when Terrence Howard was talking about how 0 doesn't exist, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh."
You know, there's a case to be made if you look into the, literature on the subject, but I digress, yeah.
Okay. Alright. I'm glad you digressed. Alright. Well, let's go to our first segment. It's one of our favorites. And I'll have to say, what are we gonna which whole hot takes intro are we gonna pull out of our butts today? We got two different ones to choose from, and I forget which one's which, so we're gonna go with this one.
Oh yeah, get out the cake, cause we have some hot takes.
6-7. Yeah. All right, we're
That's
gonna
a good
stop
one.
that there. Yeah, it's
Little
nice.
abrupt at the end, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it's still good. The crying cheetah in the end is what I think throws people off. All right, would
It's
you like to
sad.
start, Mr. Branaconda, the biggest, fattest, widest snake around, eating
I'm gonna
people?
kick it off. This is a big one, and I think everybody's gonna be excited to hear it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Hot take number 1 for episode 23. If humans laid eggs, brunch culture would be illegal by noon. What do you think of that?
If humans laid eggs, brunch culture would be illegal by noon.
It'd be done. Knock it
Yeah,
off. You're done.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, man, you really put some thought into these.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going deep.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about like what the birthing rooms would look like in a hospital if everybody was just laying an egg. I guess you wouldn't need one, huh? I mean, most likely you could just do that at home in a nest, right?
Yeah. And for the premature eggs, we'd call them eggubators. Think about that.
I'm thinking about it. All
Yeah.
right. I've got a hot take for you, Branthony Hopkins. People always give me a present for Christmas when I would rather have the future.
Okay. Yeah. What if they gave you the past?
I already have that. That's stuck in. I don't want that anymore. Get that fucking
That's
past. If they
that's
gave me the future and took my past, ooh.
oh,
I mean,
yeah.
just the things I don't like because I want to remember who I am.
You know, the future makes an impression because the past is the depression. Think about that.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
I just
That's a
thought
good
that.
hot take.
Yeah.
Write that down. It's a good hot take for you.
It's.
We
I
can do
mean,
it. You can do it next time for the hot takes because
Yeah.
I smoke enough marijuana that I'll forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, it's on to me. Hot take. My hot take number 2 for episode 23. I'm not gonna say episode 23 every single
No, go
time I do
ahead.
this.
It's a good.
But
Yeah.
episode 23, somewhere out there's a person whose entire personality is just knows a weird amount about one very specific thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some people out there where I feel like that's kind of a hard in a conversation though, right? Because there are people out there that like I feel bad for people who don't have the confidence to speak up about things because they don't know a lot of stuff. But there are those people out there that are like trying to steer the conversation towards that one crazy thing, right? Like you'll just have like a random conversation. You'd be like, "Yeah, I ate at Taco Bell." And then one guy like speaks up and he's like, "Did you know that like worms are actually come out of human butts?" And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, and you're just trying to have your
Right.
your beef smoothie,
Yeah,
packed
and I
in.
could see where the worms coming out of the butt and the Taco Bell is connected, but come on, there's a time and a place, you know? Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks, weird guy.
Yeah. All right. I've got a hot take for you.
All right.
Sometimes the only way to get ahead is to dig below.
Now, is that dig below?
Below. No, that
Oh.
would be the only way to get some head is to dig below.
Okay, I
But
see.
this
Because
one
my
is
ears
more
were my ears were hearing it wrong.
yeah. Got to
To
dig
dig
below.
below.
You got to creep beneath the surface to get ahead sometimes.
To dig below.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's a cool one.
Just keep
I don't
saying
know if I'm gonna
below.
top that. Huh?
All right.
Yeah.
I said just keep
Well,
saying
I don't know.
below.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
There's a below situation, but
Yeah.
we can move on. So I got a hot take for you. The brain is just a conspiracy theorist with access to your memories. It just has access.
Yeah. I could see
That's all
that.
it is. Yeah, that's all it is.
I could make conspiracy theories out of a lot of things from my past. And it would be
And they'd be good.
yeah, maybe. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Like I broke my arm
understand.
because the government was out to get me. Because they knew when I was going to go on the highway on my bike when I was 13 years old on my way to a corner store that sold candy cigarettes because I wanted to look cool. They knew that one pack of candy cigarettes there had a secret code. And if I were to get that pack, and because of my knowledge and because of my fiery fury inside me of the government, that they knew that at 13 years old I was going to exploit them and had all their secrets in it. So, yeah, that seems too far. Here's a hot take. There are no ghosts, just millions of invisible people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, is a ghost an invisible person? I know you're
Well,
saying that's what it is.
I would
but-
say, well, right, but I would say that in general, ghosts would be a spirit that's living on after a body has passed, where in my case, it's just a bunch of living people, but they're invisible.
Yeah. What about when you see a ghost?
Well, that's like a glitch. Or
You're not
maybe
supposed to.
they can turn, or maybe they can control it. So they're like, "Hey, hi," and then they just go back away.
Yep.
Right.
Do you think that they're allotted a certain amount of time and it's only for the purposes of like scaring you? And
Well, it's got to be
I
right
feel
because
like,
why don't they stick around after they like? Do you see something? And you're like, "Oh," and then like they're gone, and then you're like, "Oh."
yeah, if they could just have like a sandwich making ghost or a toilet flushing ghost,
Yeah,
that could be useful in different
that'd be a
ways.
waste of water on the toilet flushing goes. Like that would just
Well,
suck. You'd be like,
yeah.
how you gonna explain that to your like water guy? I'm like, well,
Water guy. Yeah.
yeah. Well, your sewer guy, whoever you're getting. If you have to pay for water because you would be using water, then you'd be trying to explain that to the billing department and be like, well, I'm not doing all those flushes. I'm haunted.
Yeah, it's Frederick.
Yeah.
He's got a trigger
The
finger
flushing.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's reliving his last nightmare.
I got a hot take for you in response to yours, actually. And this one goes right along with what you just said. So I think you're going to like it.
We didn't plan this, people.
Yeah, we didn't.
No.
So my hot take is most arguments would end instantly if people were forced to restate the other person's point correctly.
Yeah.
Don't you kind of, you just kind of see
Yeah.
that?
You know the problem with your hot takes
What's
is
that?
that is that sometimes they like make me stop in a minute for a minute, and I'm like, "Oh," and I gotta,
You look up to the sky.
yeah, and that hurts.
You just gotta. I think people misconstrue the point that other people are making. See, now I'm getting. I don't wanna get too serious here, but most people do misconstrue, whether it's on purpose or on accident, or what's it called when you have of a bad version? Um, Scarecrow. What's it called?
A bad version.
Yeah, a bad version, a bad faith presentation of someone else's argument, and so you can
Oh,
argue that it's a scarecrow. What's it called?
I don't know.
Why can't I think? You know what I'm talking about.
I probably do, but yesterday I forgot how to spell diagonal, so I'm not the best. Um, I feel like my THC residual is either that or I'm getting dementia.
I'm thinking of straw man. That's what I was
There
trying to
you
think of.
go. Well,
Yeah,
that's
straw man.
close. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known that too. See, my brain's just not with it.
That's okay. I think we're on the same wavelength. But okay, that's my hot take.
All right. All right. Hey, hey, Brant Jemima. I've got a hot take for you. When I'm trying to get a woman to take her bra off, I usually ask her if there's something she wants to get off her chest. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're not meaning it is like a thought.
Yeah, no, I'm like they think that I'm gonna get into like a deep conversation with them, which women love. But
Yeah.
then I'll be like, no, you just need to take your bra off. And then she's like,
Yeah.
no,
And the success rate is pretty good on that. I
it's
would
like
take it.
4%, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not big at
That's
all.
not bad when you aggregate it to, thousands of opportunities.
Yeah, you're playing the percentages. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, the more you play, the better chance you have to win. It's like the lotto all over again.
The more you play, the more they hate. Here's my hot take. Office jobs are just captivity with better lighting. What do you think?
Yeah, I've never had to work in an office job where it's like well, I've never had to work in an office job, but like a lot of office jobs on TV are obviously portrayed as like cubicles. And I mean, I don't know if they're all like that, but it's like, these little cubicles and, they try to make it funny on the literal show, The Office. But there are like other times where you're like, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have like an
And it's not
actual
just
office.
and to your point, it's not just office jobs. It's like, there's a lot of jobs that are like that where,
Right.
it does feel like you're in captivity. I mean,
Why do
I'm
they
sure
call
your
it an
time
office if you're in a bunch of cubicles?
they should call it an onfis.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should. They should. All right.
Like,
All right.
that didn't match what you had to say at all.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, go
that's all
on.
right. Another hot take for you. If you describe something indescribable, haven't you already described it?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have.
Thank you.
So you're done.
Jury is
You have.
out. Yeah.
I've stamped it.
All right.
Here's my hot take. You ready?
I am. No, nope. Now I am.
Okay, got it. Every adult is just 3 bad nights of sleep away from crying at a Costco.
I'd say that you don't even need the the three bad nights. Yeah, the 3 bad nights to be crying in Costco. Some people cry because they're like, I didn't know I could get this big of a box of this, of laundry detergent, or I
Yeah,
didn't
you
know I
don't
could get
realize.
172 rolls of 3-ply. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, you thought you wanted 1 Pez dispenser, but you want 100
Yeah, you want 100 of those
Pez.
bitches
Yeah.
because those are probably fun
They
to hand
should
out for Halloween.
wait, can I do an ad hoc hot take in
Yeah,
the middle here? It's a
do it.
bonus hot take.
Well, bonus.
I think Pez dispensers should come with the Pez already loaded.
That is a good hot take. They should.
That's
Do they not ever at all?
I've never seen one ever
Hmm.
once in my life come with one loaded.
The crazy thing is like, do people even like do Pez anymore?
I got one for Christmas.
Did you?
I got one for
Wow.
Christmas, and it had 3 packs of Pez in it, and I had to painstakingly load it, one of them which I messed up and half the Pez sprayed onto the carpet. And I don't do carpet
Yeah,
candy,
you
so
can't leave that Pez around because that Pez is addictive. It's highly addictive. And if
yeah,
somebody gets a hold of that Pez, then they want it for the rest of their lives. It's a bad drug, people. Get off the Pez.
yeah. And don't
Yeah.
take Pez to a play.
Yeah. This is a an old Seinfeld secret. All right, I've got a hot take for you, strawberry Brampoo. If my door is ajar, it's because I'm bad at alchemy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that. I love that hot take.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
I can't tell you what, I use the ajar joke all the time and almost nobody laughs. But
I
I
know people.
love ajar.
Yeah, ajar's it's a great thing. It's a great word, and we only. The weird thing is we only do it when it's about a door, right? Like we're never like
Yeah.
hey, this jar is a jar. They're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
loosened. Yeah, it's just a little loosened. It's a jar. And they're like, or people are like, yeah, we know the jar is a jar. What are you, a fucking genius? I'm like, yeah.
Well, what if you say I adore the ajar, but what's a jar is a door? Yeah. I'm packed with profundity right now.
Ooh, I like it. No, it's your turn. You got a hot take, right?
Oh, yeah, because I had an ad hoc one. Okay, here's my hot take. Aliens are real. They just saw our comment section and then they left.
Probably.
Yeah. They saw it and they left.
Well,
Just kind of
we're
sad.
supposed to be under the assumption that aliens, like, I think all we've ever heard for our whole lives with aliens is that they're gonna be smarter than us, and I think that that's derived from the fact that if they can reach our planet and we can't reach anywhere that has life, then they must be smarter than us, right? But yeah, if you go into a comment section, like, are they really gonna like? It really just depends on what the kind of the alien is. Like, if it was Elf, and I don't know how many people are ever gonna get the reference of Elf because that was like fucking big in the 80s,
Yeah.
and he liked to eat cats, which was probably not the best. That might have been what keeps him from coming back. They're like, oh, you guys portrayed us bad. We don't look anything like that guy. We don't eat cats. We're not quippy. We're actually quite
Yeah.
serious. Yeah.
They were probably like, we're more like Mars Attacks, if you want a good
Derp? Oh,
representation.
no, Derp is from what was Bok Bok. Didn't they say, like, Bok Bok? Bok Bok? The aliens? Isn't that all they
I
did?
don't remember.
They did something
Yeah,
like that. It was
they might
weird.
have. Yeah,
That
they
was a
might have.
weird movie, but it was good. I liked it. I like
I have
those weird.
as a quick sidebar, I actually have this thought that I think it's a little actually egocentric and for like the sayings where it's like aliens don't want to visit us because we are the way we are in the comment section is actually like probably like I think it's I think it's like a little grandiose for us even to think that our comment section even matters to aliens because
Right,
I'd
yeah.
imagine that they view us more like just like animals of the earth
Yeah.
that are just doing things that animals do. And so I think the aliens wouldn't. It's like I think if we look at ants and we're like, I'm disappointed those two ants are killing each other, and but when it doesn't matter.
Right.
Sidebar,
No,
hot take.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, all right. I've got a hot take for you. Lance Armstrong played linebacker in high school. He had 1 sack. It's more like a joke, but it still
yeah.
works as a hot take.
You know what? I think I mean you have 1 sack no matter what, right?
Like, biologically? What do you mean?
Well, like what's Lance Armstrong? Well, I want to dig into that pun. Lance Armstrong, what? He had a nut removed or
Right.
both or one?
Well, he had testicular cancer, so he had 1 removed.
But it's still 1 sack, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of the nuts. I'm going too deep in that joke, I think.
I think you're
I
going a
think
little
I'm
too deep. Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's just a funny joke that's making fun of him because of his 1 sack, which is awful.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I'm making fun of Lance Armstrong, because obviously he lived and he's all right, is because of all the bad stuff he did after that with the whole juicing
Yeah.
thing and all that. That's why,
Yeah.
okay? All right.
You should have said he recorded half a sack.
That is good because I get what you're saying, like, because 1 sack is like the whole thing. Like, I get what you're saying, like, it's all in 1 sack. So you are correct.
Yeah.
That joke wasn't thought out enough on my end.
It's like when people say, is it possible to dig half a hole? And you're like, well, a hole is a hole. Like every time a hole is there, it's a hole.
Right.
So
That's what they did to Courtney Love.
a hole?
Yeah. A hole.
Yeah.
Good band. Anyways.
On my hot take. How many do I
Yeah.
have left? 3 more?
Yeah, you should have 3 more because I have 3 more.
All right, I got 3 more ready and ready to fire right here. Here's my next hot take is people who say I don't need sleep are just bad at being conscious.
Probably.
They're bad. They're bad at
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
um, I've always hated the saying, "I'll sleep when I die" type thing. Like, like they do it on movies sometimes. You're like, "You really need sleep," and you'll be like, "I'll sleep when I die." It's like, well, it's going to be a lot earlier if you don't get some sleep. You should
Yeah.
probably. It's very health conscious to get sleep. Obviously,
You just need sleep.
yeah.
You need it.
You
Yeah.
you need your body to rejuice, to re-OJ itself. Orange juice, not OJ Simpson, the
Yeah, like
killer.
Lance Armstrong, right?
Mhm.
Rejuice,
Rejuice it up.
rejuvenate.
All right. Hey, 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 Brandolph the Gray. I got a hot take for you. I hate when people just come out of nowhere. That's why I don't go to orgies anymore. Yes.
Because you want them to come out of certain
Somewhere.
spots.
Yeah.
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 But not out of nowhere.
Not out of nowhere. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Also, get me a heads up. Pun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to get a heads up, you have to be below.
Yeah. Below the surface.
Yeah. So it all connects. It's a
Yeah.
circle.
Excellent.
Here's what I think about that. And it's actually not. This is my hot take.
Okay.
If your dog could talk, it would snitch on you. What do you think?
Maybe.
Do you think your dog would snitch on you?
Well, I don't know what it would snitch on me for. Like, yeah, I mean, it might be like, "Hey, I saw you drop that Pringle, and then it was on the ground for longer than 5 seconds, and then you picked it up and you ate it." But that would really might just be because they wanted it. And really, if it was down there for 5 seconds, they would have already eaten it because they don't have a 5 second rule, right? It's like now there is no seconds to wait.
Yeah, I'm thinking of more like you went to take a number 2 and it took you 45 minutes to come out of the bathroom.
And then the dog tells that to the other people. They're like, "Yeah, earlier he went and took a shit, and it took him 45 minutes."
Yeah. Like my owner doesn't fill my food bowl. Instead, he just doesn't flush when he number 2s.
I really feel like we're stumbling upon an SNL skit where they just have like a dog that like a dog or like that just they're trying to have like this elaborate like dinner party and like the dog like just keeps like they're not all like, "Oh yeah, oh by the way, he's in the Epstein files." And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Right. The dog with secrets. Um all right. Here's a hot take for you. I once tried to put a Christmas tree up myself, but it wouldn't fit.
Low ceilings or tight walls.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Yeah. My last and final hot take, and I'm just going to rapid fire this off for you real quick. I think that confidence, right? Confidence is just gaslighting yourself until reality gives up.
It's pretty bad. Confidence is
That's all it
such a
is.
trickster sometimes.
Yep.
And we've talked about, I think, on this podcast before, how it can take years and years to build up confidence, but 5 seconds for somebody to just rip it all away.
It's gone.
It's pretty bad.
It's gone.
All right. Well, I got my final hot take. Hey, Scott Bakula from Quantum Leap. I've got a hot take for you. A cross-eyed teacher would most likely lose her job for not being able to control her pupils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to control them.
All right. Well, that was our hot take segment, one of our favorite segments of all time. Now we're going to jump into a brand new segment, but I think a lot of people know this. This has been around forever. The Would You Rather. You kind of ask somebody, would you rather this or would you rather that? And it's kind of one of those things where you have to pick one because it's like a life and death situation for some reason. I don't know why. But we're going to start with we've each got 5 would you rathers for each other. We'll just call this WYR. Were. And we're going to start with our were segment. I will go first this time. So, are you ready for me to give you a would you rather?
Man, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Would you rather never get a haircut again or never shave again? Growing out that hair, man. How crazy would your hair look if it never got cut? Like
I mean, it would get long. What do you want me to
Well, that
say? It
makes
would get
sense.
long.
Yeah.
It would get crazy. Um,
Gnarly. We like that word a lot.
gnarly, snarly. I'm thinking about this seriously, actually. I think that I would rather never cut my hair again
Then never
and
have
be
to
able to.
shave again.
Well, what do you mean never have to shave? Wait, what was
Oh,
the
no,
thing?
I'm sorry. I said never shave again. I don't know why I added the
Never shave.
have
Yeah,
to in
yeah.
there. Never shave again.
Yeah, you don't have to? What?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I
That
yeah,
would be
because I
better,
just
yeah.
think I don't know if I don't think I grow necessarily like that great of a beard. So I think I could pull off long hair as long as I could have facial grooming to counter it. You know what I mean? You gotta have ebbs and flows and counterbalances,
Yeah, so
yins and
you would
yangs.
literally end up looking like, well, no, Gandalf has so Gandalf without the beard, like when you're older,
Yep.
probably.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, hit me.
That's a pretty good one. All right, I got one for you. Would you rather fight one goose that knows all your secrets or 10 ducks that are unionized?
Now, this is really crazy because you've actually put me in a scenario that I've had to deal with before. So, um, one goose that knows all my secrets, and then it was 10 ducks with what?
They're unionized.
Well, they're unionized. So they're all
Yeah.
together and they're okay. And they're like, but what do you mean by unionized? They're like working on the docks and they're,
There you go.
oh,
Oh, call
okay.
call OSHA.
Okay. All right.
That's right.
So, and I have to beat one up. I have to beat,
You have to fight them. You have to fight the one goose or the 10 ducks.
well, let me tell you something. There was a goose that my mom owned at one point, and we had a goose. And it was a funny goose because this goose would follow my stepdad around when he would like be outside and he'd go after his feet, and it was hilarious. But you don't want to be in that position. It's only funny when you're not the one getting, you know, chased by the goose. 10 ducks? Well, I'll tell you what. If I can't get 10 ducks in a row and kick them, then I'm done for it. Like the goose,
Don't want
I
it.
realize the goose is gonna have a lot of secrets, but he's a squawker. So what are they gonna know? Like, I mean, can this goose talk? Why do I care if he knows all my secrets if he can't communicate with humans?
Because the secrets could give the goose an advantage in combat in certain ways. You might not,
Oh, I
you
got
know.
you. Right.
Yeah.
Because he knows about my
It,
back knees. Yeah. So he'll know. He's like, oh, he's getting ready to step backwards. He's getting ready to do that backwards step,
yeah.
like those crane birds that
Expect
do
the
it.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I would probably still battle the 10 ducks. Gooses are scary, bro. I don't know why I just pluralized that in that way. Gooses already, or no, geese is the plural. I forgot which was the
Yeah.
plural. Geese are
The
scary, though.
geesin,
The
the
geesin,
geese
yeah.
eye.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
geesin. Yeah,
They
the Jackie Geesin.
are. Yeah, I think I had some scary. I might be thinking of swans as well. Can they be scary?
Well, they can, yeah. Anything with those
Yeah.
that like walk, like any of those birds that like are really fucking tall and
Yeah.
basically never fly, like they're just land birds and they just walk around and they have that like
Yeah.
attitude, like that
They'll
peck.
stand their ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
They
don't want
will
to fuck with them.
enforce healthy boundaries in
Ducks, I
within
don't
their
feel like,
vicinity.
yeah, ducks are like
Yeah.
whatever. They're like, hey, you got some bread? Because that's how a duck
Yeah.
sounds.
That's
Hey,
right. Yeah.
you got some bread?
Okay.
I'm a duck.
All right.
All right.
I wasn't sure what you were going to pick there. That surprised me. I think people are going to be surprised.
I think people are going to be not caring at all, but hopefully a few people will.
That's
All right.
sad.
I got a would you rather? Would you rather erase your own memories or erase someone else's memories of you? And I'm assuming they mean bad memories. I'm assuming that this scenario would mean like not your entire memory, because that'd be weird, right? If you erased your whole memory, but probably just your bad memories. So would you rather erase your own bad memories or erase someone else's memories of you?
This is tricky because there's a butterfly effect to erasing your memories. If I erase my own bad memories, it could cause me to be some way inferior to who I am right now. Or, where
Yeah.
I'm missing some part of myself.
Yeah, we're getting into
But
the
if I
deep.
erase,
Yeah, get into it, man.
yeah, yeah. If I erase someone else's, to be honest, I don't know who, I don't really have anybody in mind that I would want to do that to. that I've been so bad to that I have to erase their memories. Um,
Yeah.
so
This is more of a
yeah, so I
question for
guess
like if you're a criminal. Because then the criminal could be like, yeah, I like this girl, erase her memory of my, you know, of my murder spree that I was on. But then you would have a
that's true. Yeah.
scenario where other people would keep telling that person, hey, this is what he did. And she'd be like, well, no, he didn't. But how would you erase anything nowadays if it's actually like been on the internet? And then they could just go on there and be like, well,
Yeah.
now it's in my memory
It's
again.
data-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
there.
tough.
So I think that I would choose it depends on how the power plays out. Like I'm erasing a selected memory from my mind about somebody else or an experience with somebody else. That's how I'm taking what you're saying. And if that's true, then I guess I would do that, but I don't even know if I would like do I have to do it? I have to choose one or the other?
That's the name of the game, man.
Well, no, I switch it up then. I do it to somebody else. And the reason why is because I don't want to tinker with any. I don't want to like
Yeah, you want to
tinker with
fuck with
my
their
past.
brain. Yeah, but not your
Yeah,
own.
yeah.
Yeah, you want to be like a
There you,
scientist.
so so now you understand me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally get it. Like there's a reason for all
Uh,
that. There's plenty of people that I'd
yeah.
like to erase like memories of me,
Would
maybe.
you like to hear your would you rather?
That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Um,
That's why I was
that's the
born, bro.
title of the segment.
Yeah.
My second would you rather. This one's gonna be tricky, so I hope you have your tricky hat on. Would you rather have a permanent laugh track play every time you speak, or dramatic movie music follow you everywhere?
The first one.
Really, everything. So just
Everything.
hey,
Even if I'm at a
hey,
funeral and I'm like and like that, they meant so much to me and it's just that's more like a Peter Griffin laugh track, but
guess you could say they were a good person.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, obviously, both of them would get annoying, right? Like, anything that happens all the time is gonna get annoying. Now, if you would have
yeah.
said, "Every time I thought," that would have sucked. Like, if my thoughts were, like, every time I think of something, it's like, "Ah," like a little laugh track on it, that would be but yeah, I would like the laugh track. I've always wanted to be a comedian, but I never just thought I had it, even though that's not really the same thing, but what I'm saying is I would enjoy that laughter, for the most part. Until I murder them all.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, it got
Okay.
dark there. Um,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. Would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything that you're told?
Would I rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything I'm told?
Yeah.
I would rather lose the ability to lie.
Yeah. I think that would be the better one.
I think that I'm already closer. Like, sure, I lie, and I think everybody lies, but I
Well, we
think
all
that
have to
I'm
sleep,
already,
bro.
and there you go, and because I'm good at being conscious, and that's
Yeah.
what's
You
important.
gotta lie down.
Yeah, I'd rather lose the ability to lie.
Yeah. I would agree with you on that.
That could be kind of a cool life to live, actually. I almost want to experience that to see what it's like
What
because
was
then it
that,
forces you to just
was that a Ricky Gervais show or a movie where he couldn't lie, or was that something else I'm thinking of?
yeah, the invention of lying. Ricky
Yes.
Gervais was a movie and where the entire world nobody has invented lying yet. And
Yeah.
he has this moment where he suddenly realizes that he's capable of lying and it causes and chaos ensues as a result.
I love
And
Ricky Gervais.
yeah.
Thank you for like explain like it was a good synopsis of that movie. So go see that. So if you learned anything today, fellas and women, I don't know why I just said fellas only. Of all the people that listen to us, go see that Ricky Gervais movie that was what, probably like 15 years ago. I don't know, maybe 20. I don't know how old it is. All right, hit me.
All right, I got a big one for you. Would you rather sweat out mayonnaise or would you rather cry out salsa?
Wow.
You know, this is tricky.
It is very
Think
tricky
about the
because
think about the uses. Think about what, what can you make a sandwich out of? Like what's going on in your head? Let's
I'm not a
tell us
big
what's going on.
mayonnaise fan anymore. I used to be. But I'm more of a ranch fan than mayonnaise, even though, like, I used to be opposite. Um, but I will tell you this, obviously, some of the people who've watched the show and that I worked at a Philadelphia steak shop. Well, pretty much anytime you work in food, you're probably going to be around mayonnaise. But one of the guys that worked with me always would take mayonnaise when he was bored, and he would literally put it on the grill and just by itself. And I will tell you something.
That
The
sounds horrible.
smell of warm heating up mayonnaise at like 400, 350, 400 degrees is like one of the
Bubbling
worst
and popping.
things. Yeah. But then you had to go and add, um, what, I cry salsa? Is that what you said? I will say this,
Salsa.
because of my antidepressants, I don't really cry that much. And so what was the mayonnaise thing? What was it specifically?
Well, you sweat out the mayonnaise and you cry
I
out the
sweat
salsa.
more than I cry. So I would probably rather have the salsa, and even though I would be very, very, I would have to really pick my moments to cry, or I'd be very aware
Yeah.
and be like, it would suck because it'd be like this really bad situation. They'd be like, "Oh my god, like Betty White died," and I'd be like, "Oh no," and I'd be like, "But I can't, because it'll hurt. It hurts here, but
Yeah.
then it'll hurt here," you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Shout
true.
out to
Yeah.
Betty White, by the way. Wonderful lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're feeling snacky, all you got to do is buy a bag of tortilla chips and then stub your toe really hard. Think
That's
about that.
true. If you could have said that I could orgasm con queso, then I'd have picked that every time.
Con queso?
Yeah. The cheese and salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salsa con queso.
Yeah.
It still is in the same genus.
Good play. Thank you. I know I am a genius. All right. Are you ready for yours? All right.
I am. Yeah.
Okay, so this is another one about lying. I guess there's a lot of lying ones on here. Would you rather detect every lie you hear or get away with every lie you tell? Which I feel like is just kind of the opposite of what I just said in the other one, but either way.
I think oh man, this is crazy. I think I want to get away with every lie I tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
could you
wanna
imagine combining that with the other one?
Yeah.
I can't
You
tell
would have
lies.
like a superpower. It'd be like
Yeah, you certainly would. Yeah, you get away with it.
yeah.
Now, what does getting away with it mean? It doesn't mean that somebody. It just means they believe you. It
I
doesn't mean
guess
that
that would be
that
yeah.
you're.
Yeah. But that also means that a jury of your peers would believe you too.
Well, you know what? No, you could because getting away. Yeah, that's right. Getting away with every lie you tell means because you just have to tell lies that are like, "Hey, all that money in that bank, that's my money."
Yeah.
That's all you got to say, right?
And then you're rich. Yeah.
Or you could say to someone, "No, you love me. You do love me. It's you do." So
That one I'd feel
what are they
really
going to say?
bad. I'd rather have the money.
What are they going to say? I
Right.
believe you.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I believe you.
All right. Yeah.
I don't like it. You don't gotta like it. Okay, I have one for you. This one, another tricky one. So try to think on this one.
Okay.
Would you rather only be able to eat foods that are the color green or foods that crunch no matter what? Now, the way I said no matter what, I think I'm just saying no matter what, like you either have to eat foods that are green or foods that crunch.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that every food I eat is just gonna be crunchy.
Right, but you can only eat crunchy foods. So, I mean, it kind of is similar, but you can't, like, eat noodles and be like, "Nope, they're crunchy no matter what."
And what was the first thing?
Foods that are the color green.
I can only eat one or the other.
Yeah, you can only eat green foods or crunchy foods, and that's it.
Well, if you wait for any food long enough, it'll become green. So
Yep, and some foods become crunchy if you wait too.
yeah, that's true as well. I've eaten a crunchy Twinkie before. You know, I don't eat a ton of crunchy stuff. Besides chips, I guess. Chips and like pretzels and things. So now I'm second guessing myself. But no, I would go with the greens probably. I'd rather eat just green stuff. A green popsicle. God, that's usually the shit flavor. But either way, unless it's apple, but I don't think popsicles ever do apple flavor, and I'm not even sure how good that would be now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But all right,
So
here's
wait, so what did you decide on?
green.
I wanna make sure I didn't miss it. Green.
Eat the
That's actually
greens.
controversial. I think I might have chosen crunchy, possibly.
Yeah.
You just walk around with a bottle of, like, green food coloring the rest of your life?
Yeah, just make everything green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life hack.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
you do it. All right, here's my last would you rather for you. And I think this is a fun one because it actually there's actually 3 options here. All right? So I went in and I cheat coded the game, okay? That's what I did. All right? In a movie about your life, would you rather be played by Jesse Eisenberg, Thomas Middleditch, or Michael Cera?
Who's Middleditch?
Silicon Valley, the main
Oh.
character in Silicon Valley.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
No,
not
I'm gonna choose Eisenberg.
you know what? I should have put like I should have been like, "Wait, I'm going to tell you who I
Somebody
think."
somebody wimpy. It's because Eisenberg has an edge to him that he can play, he can bring out if he needs.
Yeah.
And the other ones are just like too like terminally wimpy, and I don't want them to play me.
Well,
I'm
Sarah
not saying that
played what
I'm
in
not a
the
tough
Sarah, I mean, Superbad's obviously like I mean, I don't know. That was more of like a different kind of type of movie. But where was the movie where he had to beat up all the ex-boyfriends?
well, that was
I can't remember the name of it. But that was kind of weird too. And started
yeah, I
Chris
think that
Evans before Captain America.
yeah, I think it's got a longer name maybe. It's about all the boyfriend. Yeah, there's all the
Yeah.
boyfriends. Um Yep,
Yeah,
can't think of it.
we don't have to
But
think about it. But okay,
I
so
want to.
so really so really quick, what's your favorite Eisenberg movie?
Um There's a couple of them. I'm thinking of like Eisenberg in the Facebook movie. I think
Social Network?
that was
Yeah.
Social Network. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Eisenberg in Now You See Me. I think is interesting.
Oh, and they've got a third one coming out.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah.
So little trio of movies. What's it called? Trequels, threequels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Threequels. Yeah.
So and then Eisenberg has a couple of more oh, what's the zombie one?
Zombieland.
Zombieland?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zombieland is
Yeah, those are
great as
good.
well.
Yeah. Those are good.
So Eisenberg is great in that.
Would you say
And there
that
was
all
one
3 of them so by your logic, would you say that all 3 of these guys so could they play all the same role? I guess by your logic, you would actually say no because Jesse Eisenberg could play a little bit different. But by your logic, like, or what, or do you think that all 3 of these guys could play, for the most part, the same role in any movie?
the characters, not the actor.
The actor could play any, like, they could play each. It wouldn't matter if you replaced them to play a character. Like any movie, these 3 could play the same character. Or do you think that like they're not that basically what I'm saying is that they're kind of interchangeable. Are they that interchangeable or are they not?
They're a little bit interchangeable. Um, I think the Facebook movie that he's a little bit like I don't know, like he's a little bit more, how would you say, like
Yeah, but he's playing
socially
Zuck, right?
abrasive.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's playing the Zuck. He's a little more socially abrasive, and
So you don't
cold and
think that
like
Middleditch or Sarah could have played? Well, you're probably right. I don't think they could have played. There's also the looks part though too, where you kind of got to look like Mark Zuckerberg when he was young. So I
yeah.
guess that probably came into play too.
And
But
also, here's where I think Eisenberg sets himself apart is I think the pompous, like conceited energy that he can bring to a role
yeah,
is a little bit. It's a different than what Michael Cera, because
I think he's
because
the
he
best
also
at
brings in
sarcasm.
sarcasm, but also with an air of actual competence behind it for
Yeah,
the thing that he's doing.
yeah.
And I think that's why he can be annoying and abrasive, but he also is somebody you're like, I think he might actually get this thing done. Whereas Michael Cera is a little bit more like a wet blanket where you're like, I don't, he might just fall apart under stress. I don't know, and the same thing with the other guy.
Thomas Middleditch. Do you think
Middle
that
ditch. Yeah.
that so we were just talking about what movie of Jesse Eisenberg's?
Now You See Me, um, the Social Network, and Zombieland.
Okay, so let me do this. Actually, let me reverse it. Let me say, you've seen Silicon Valley?
I have, yeah, I've seen enough of it, I think,
You
to
should watch
make
the
an
whole series.
informed.
It's a great series. Could Jesse Eisenberg play that role?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I think he could have, yeah.
Do you think Jesse Eisenberg could play the role of Michael Cera's in Superbad?
Yeah, I think he could.
I probably agree with you. He probably could. Out of all 3, I will say I've always liked Michael Cera, but I'm also a big fan of Superbad. and I like Jonah Hill, and I like Seth Rogen, so I like all those guys. But I've always liked Eisenberg too. Thomas Middleditch, the crazy thing is when I was thinking about him, I'm like, I know he's been in movies, but I could not think of one movie he'd been in. And the main thing everybody I think knows him for is Silicon Valley. But all right, I believe you have one more would you rather for me?
Yeah, would you rather teleport anywhere, but you arrive naked? Okay. Butt
I'm in.
naked? I've heard it's buck naked, but I like saying butt naked, but I'm not really sure.
It's better, yeah. I don't even
Or
have to
would
hear the
you
second one.
Oh,
But no, go
okay.
ahead.
Well then, all right, fine.
All right.
Or time travel, but only to extremely boring moments. So you can only time travel to boring moments, or you can teleport anywhere, but arrive completely naked. No clothes, no loincloth, no
So like the
cups.
Terminator.
That's correct.
Well, actually, I guess the Terminator's using
Well, that's a
both.
time
He's
that's a time travel.
teleporting and time
You know,
traveling.
and you know what? I have a bone to pick with time travel because technically every instance of time travel is an instance of teleportation, unless time
Yeah.
travel automatically accounts for the movement of the Earth around the sun, which itself is
Right.
moving around the galaxy and all this stuff that you would
Yeah.
have to take into account.
I'll tell you
You get
what,
what I'm
as big as people are on time travel, and I know there's scientists out there and there's people who or there's just random people who'd be like, "Oh god, it'd be so cool to have a time machine or whatever." It's like, man, I don't want to be responsible for going back in time and stepping on a flower I wasn't supposed to step on, and then I get back and like everybody's like a fucking lizard or something, you know? I don't. That's way too much. I'd rather teleport and just be naked because whatever. If you're not one with your body, then you know. And I'd be like, ding dong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You could time travel into the future.
that is
A
true.
boring a boring moment in the future could still give you enough information to come back to the present and make a really well-informed investment. Sort of like a Bitcoin situation where you
This is
see
true.
something.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you teleport anywhere, you can also probably accomplish quite a bit.
Yeah, I
So
mean, we were just talking about the Now You See Me movies, and like they made the whole thing about them teleporting into a bank in London. I can't remember if that was the first or the second one, but obviously that's not what happened. But like you could have one of those scenarios where you're just teleporting inside a vault and then just grab what you need and then teleport back,
yeah.
which would be
Do you
which
know what
would be
the
stealing people. But go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be stealing, which
Yeah,
is not good. Of
yeah.
course, we don't condone that.
No, we
Do you know what
don't.
the title of the third Now You See Me is?
I don't. I don't remember.
Yeah, I heard they were gonna call it Now You Don't.
Maybe. They might have said that. No, you don't. All right. Well, that
Dumb
was
joke.
Would You Rather. All right. Well, we're gonna get to a personal questionnaire that I'm going to unleash on Brandon as my first victim of the questionnaire. But before that, we have something that we need to talk about. And it's called fake sponsors. So, Brandon.
It's time for our fake sponsors.
We are fake sponsored by Live Nude Girls. Right now, at your door. Go check them for STDs before you sleep with them. They were all supermodels in the 70s, and they survived the disco era by staying alive in the back of a van owned by the son of Sam. Live Nude Girls, from the same company that brought you Dead Nude Girls. Big fan. Brandon's a big fan of that one. We are also fake sponsored by 10-foot poles. Looking to touch somebody you wouldn't normally touch? Trying to talk a guy down from jumping off a building? Maybe you get a pole so you can give him a push. 10-foot poles, the tallest Europeans around. All right, those are our fake sponsors.
I like the 10-foot poles.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's a good
tall.
one.
I didn't know the Polish people were that tall, but they're very tall. Very good. All right, so let's go on to our new segment. It's called The Sack. And it's a socially awkward questionnaire, and it's 15 questions catered to Brandon. I'm going to ask him
Wow.
some random, kind of nonsensical, funny, different types of questions. Others will be much deeper, and he'll have to reach deep within his soul that he sold many years ago to get this podcast, actually, which
All
did
right.
not.
And
turn
I don't
out
know
real.
anything. I don't know anything about this segment. I've never heard these questions before, so this is all going to be a surprise to me.
Yeah, that didn't seem like rehearsed or anything. But let's go on to it and let's do it. Now, some of these questions, I don't know if you've ever watched Stephen Colbert do the whole questionnaire to the celebrities, but some of these questions in here are literally straight out of his questionnaire. And the first one is too. So, Brandon, what's the best sandwich?
The best sandwich?
Is it the evil witch of the Sahara, or is it the evil witch of a different desert? No. What's the best sandwich?
No, I think the best sandwich is a grilled cheese sandwich.
Straight up, just grilled cheese sandwich with the
Yeah,
butter
grilled cheese sandwich.
and the cheese.
Yeah, the butter, the brown, the bread that's been browned, the cheese on there, melted
brown
cheese.
bread. It's got to
Yeah,
be
I
in
think
brown bread.
well,
Yeah.
no, the browned bread, not brown bread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the best sandwich because it's the most versatile and it won't break the bank. You can have it when you're poor, you can have it when you're rich, and you can have it by itself. You can have it with other things. You can have it with soup, tomato soup.
Do you dip it in your soup? Are you a dipper?
I could, yeah. If there's good like tomato soup, yeah, I'll do a little dip.
There's no such thing as good tomato soup, but okay.
Okay, well,
it's just tomato juice in a bowl, warmed up. Now, if you get some noodles in there, start changing some things up. All right, so your best sandwich is a grilled cheese.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Now, there's other great sandwiches. It's just that if I'm trapped on an island and I pick one sandwich, I think that grilled cheese.
It's
Actually,
probably one of the cheapest. Oh, what? All of a sudden it's not? Wait.
No. I do still pick grilled cheese, but trapped on a desert island, I don't know if it's the proper. I mean, I probably should pick something that has a better cross section of nutrients for this island scenario.
Yeah.
But I still think I think grilled cheese, it's there for you. My point is that the grilled cheese is always there for you. No matter what kind of market you're dealing with, you probably have bread and cheese. And so,
it's a cheap
in
sandwich.
your darkest hour, you can turn to a grilled cheese. It's going to be there for you.
I agree. Yeah, you're stuck on an island where with a big tub of butter and like 5,000 cheese slices and never-ending bread. I feel like once you got rescued, you'd just be this big old fat.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm trapped on an island, I might choose something like a protein-rich vitamin sandwich if I had my pick. But
that sounds gross too. Like just
no,
with just with bread and a one a day in there. In between.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could crush it up, put it into a powder, sprinkle it. But
make some Kool-Aid.
But not metagame now if I start going too hard in that direction.
All right.
So that's it.
If you could have one and only one superpower, what would it be?
Boy, I could think for a long time on this, but I think I want to kind of go from the hip here. There's obvious ones like teleport, time travel, and all that junk. I think that
or
I would
visibility or flying. That's usually what people say, but
yeah. And there's superpowers that are sort of inside the Venn diagram, like the sort of like inside other ones. Like I want to say actually something reasonable. Like I want the superpower to be able to read minds. I think that would be that would be my superpower. Now you could go one step up and say like I want the power to be able to change minds. Yeah, like Mel Gibson, except for
what women want. Yeah, like when he could read all women's thoughts.
I like to read all minds. Yeah,
all minds. Gotcha.
I think I'd be happy with that. Let me read all minds.
All right. Would you, if you were a superhero, like if you had a special skill, or okay, let's say you were the mind reader, like what would your superhero name be? Would it be like mind reader, or would you come up with like something? This is kind of this isn't a third question. This is just like a B. There was an A and a B to this.
I think maybe like the Thoughtgeist could be good.
The Thoughtgeist. All right, I'm done. I'd be like Me Man. Because I'm all about myself.
Oh, Me Man.
Yeah, Me Man. I'm like,
I think you said Me Man.
I would go in and they'd be like, oh my God, that house is on fire. And I'd be like, yeah, but did you hear about me? And then I'd leave. Not all.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't
Some people have that power already.
Yeah. They do. I get it. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to get a little deeper on this question. What is the biggest problem facing the world today? Probably ducks unionizing is probably a big one.
Yeah, the geese, the ducks, too many secrets. I think that the biggest problem facing the world today is probably a lack of understanding. I'm going to say a lack of understanding. But when I say understanding, it has to like things that come with that have to include not just like emotional understanding as well as intellectual understanding.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're talking a little bit about empathy and sympathy too. Like you have to like.
That's right. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I like that one.
Because I think that most people are actually reasonable if you understand where they're coming from, and where we clash is the differences, because it's easy to take someone who's three-dimensional and and put them into a two-dimensional form in your head, and now you're attacking the what did we call it earlier? The scarecrow.
Right, the straw man.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And really, the only thing I was thinking about that, as soon as you said three-dimensional, I just started thinking about those 3D Doritos that they used to have.
oh, and they were filled with
And
air?
I got nostalgic. Yeah, I think they were just filled with air.
Didn't they have like a nacho one
They
for a
actually had
while
to bring
somewhere?
those,
7-Eleven?
like they had to use like an air, um, what are those called? Why can't we think of things today? This is awful.
Michael
Air
Jordan.
compressor. There we go. And then, they fill them up with the air.
Yeah.
All
Look
right.
at that.
Here's another question for you. Do you have a favorite name? It doesn't have to be like like anybody like that you know. I'm just saying, like, do you have a specific favorite name that you've always liked, whether it's a first name or a last name?
I like Ignacio.
With an I?
I'm
Ignacio?
not sure. I'm not sure. Phonetically, I like it. I think that I also like I like Brandon. You know, I'm gonna pick my own name, and I think I'm allowed to because
How very
number one, I
conceited of
have it.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. But also because I think maybe I think so low of it that I have to pick it just to make it even with all the other names. You ever consider that?
No.
No? Think about that? I
but
don't know.
but I'll go with it.
So, I'll pick my name, and then I think the third name I'm gonna pick is, uh, let's pick Matthew, the full,
The
you know,
biblical version. Yeah.
exactly right,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good. It's a good time.
It's right there. It's the first of the 4 books of the Bible, and it's right there, boom. The 4 Gospels, I think. Is it the first book? I don't know.
Well,
I'm
it's
not a
of the
Bible,
New Testament. Yeah, I think it's the
yeah,
first book of
there
the
you
New
go.
Testament.
So, good, strong biblical name.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. What color represents your mood right now? Magenta. Blurple?
I think no, I think like cornflower blue I think would be the right color.
Cornflower blue.
That's right, yeah.
And that's just relating to your mood. Like, I think we're going to leave this open. I think if anybody wants to know what you mean by cornflower blue, they should comment below. And then
Yeah.
whoever gets it right wins a penny. From The Big Bang Theory. Kaylee Cuoco, a date with her. All right.
Coco.
Yeah. If you could only listen, this specific question is also from the Stephen Colbert questionnaire. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? You don't have to listen to it continuously. It's just every time you listen to music, you can only listen to this song. So what would it be?
Well, this is a tricky one. I think that Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
That is a great song. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody pick that. That is a great song. It gives me bad memories, but it's a great song. Like, it gives me bad memories of a relationship, obviously, but that is a
Same.
really good song.
It's the same thing, and it's funny because I have an old friend that he has the same thing with the same exact song.
Oh,
and it's
God.
so crazy. It's got such a strong link to a relationship in my
It
mind.
does, yeah.
And but still, it was a song. It's a transcendent song, and you can listen to it and be a little bit happy, a little bit sad. It's a good backing track for life if you're just, you walk into a bar or something and it's playing in the background. And yeah, I mean, the only reason why I wouldn't have almost picked it is because I've heard that song so many times.
Yeah.
But even so, I think that's the song.
There's a mixed bag of emotions during that song, I think, too. And there are times where I'm listening to it and I'm thinking about the sad nostalgia side of things, but then like a minute later I'll be like, man, this is a good song, kind of thing. So it's like it kind of
it's
gives
great.
you like a mixed bag of things. I do remember like there was a song that I really liked, but it was like always when I went fishing only, and hey there Delilah. Yeah. And that was only because it reminded me of a fish that I had named Delilah.
Delilah.
Yeah.
And you went, hey there.
Yeah. I go, hey there, little Delilah.
Hey there.
Hey there,
How
little
you doing?
Delilah. And then he was eaten by a shark in the Great Lakes because we have sharks in the Great Lakes, and that's another episode.
No.
All right.
A ghost flushed him down the toilet.
Yeah. Favorite comedy movie?
There is a lot I could add to this list,
Mhm.
but I'm going to go ahead and throw on. Oh man, there's so many good
Give me
ones.
3.
Give you
I'll let
three.
you give
Wedding
me,
Crashers.
like, oh, Wedding
Wedding
Crash,
Crashers.
great movie.
Yeah. Step Brothers.
God, classic.
And this one's a throwback, but I've always loved this one. Beverly Hills Ninja was.
Well, you
I,
would
I,
pick that one over Tommy Boy, huh?
I, well, who's to say I'm not going to also pick Tommy Boy?
Well, because I only
So
gave you 3, and that was your 3rd one.
I know. So I'm done.
Okay.
I would, because you know why? Because what is it about that movie that I like?
Is it just because it's a fat guy learning karate?
Yeah, it's just it's so funny. I mean, Tommy Boy's really funny too. I
Right,
think that both of the movies do have this thing going for him, where at the end, the main character Chris Farley sort of actualizes his potential,
right.
and that's what we all want to do. So I love a comedy, regardless of the movie. I love a movie that, especially if it's a comedy though,
There's
where
a
you can
nice
get to the
life
point.
lesson in it.
Yeah, where there's it's like you have this feeling like that's the feeling everybody wants in their life. You want to feel like you finally reached your potential that everybody sees in you, or that maybe you're just seeing in yourself or something like that. So, but yeah, I picked Beverly Hills Ninja. It's a lesser, it's not as popular, but it's one that I've always
I don't
loved.
even know if I could name a co-star in that.
Chris Rock.
Was he in it? I forgot that he was. Okay. Um,
Yeah. He was
okay.
trying to yeah, he was teaching him the kung fu, the art of the ninja,
Oh,
and
okay.
Chris Rock was
Gotcha.
he had to chase a chicken around and a bunch of other
Oh,
fun
okay,
stuff.
yeah, I do remember, yeah, sorry. Sorry, I got him confused with Chris Tucker, because all Chris's look alike. I'm just kidding. Um, but there are a couple of movies in my head, and I just wanna throw them out and see what you think of them. One of my favorite movies, and it was probably the first time I ever saw Jonah Hill, and Justin Long is in this movie, and it's where he creates a fake college, Accepted. Ever seen that
Yep,
movie?
I've seen that. Yep,
I love that movie. Superbad, obviously, I mentioned that before. I don't know how you feel about that one. Um,
great movie.
and I'm gonna throw one out, that's mainly a female cast, but one movie that had me always cracking up, Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids is a really great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
Bridesmaids is
very funny.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
Alright. Um, Burger King or McDonald's?
Burger King.
Oh, straight and to the point.
Yeah,
You're going
rodeo.
down, Mickey D's.
They got the rodeo cheeseburger with the zesty sauce, and McDonald's just does not have an equivalent.
What
to
is
that.
is the zesty sauce a secret sauce? Or is it just,
I don't know if it's not a secret. Everybody knows about it, but
well, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't, like, know exactly what it is. It's like something you can't really buy in the store. Or is it?
yeah, you can't really. You can buy something that approximates it. It has a little bit of a spicy kick that I think comes from the horseradish base that's in it. Although it's not a real strong
And that's a
horseradishy like.
horse and a radish mating and then having a horseradish.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Such is life.
and it's like a little bit of an orangey, a pasty orange colored sauce that just goes really good. It goes really good with anything that has like an onion ring or a fried kind of item. Goes really good with zesty sauce. The rodeo cheeseburger is like the cheeseburger, but it's got the added bit of onion rings and barbecue sauce on it. And you take that, dip it into your zesty sauce, and each bite is delicious. So that's the one.
It
Burger King all
reminds
the
me
way.
of Red Ranch from Arby's, which is what we called it, but it was actually some kind of Catalina dressing that you would put on the beef and cheddars. And it'd have that give you that little sweet taste, but you can't really find that in the store. And it is weird how a lot of restaurants have those little sauces where you can't really find them. Like you have to like do something.
Yeah.
Um, if you could sit down and have a conversation with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be and why? This could be like maybe a past relative or a famous person or whatever.
I'm just gonna pick the obvious answer and just pick somebody like Jesus, so that way I can get the lowdown and
Get the
get,
points.
like I want to get the what the
You're getting
points.
those religious
I,
points right now.
I want to get the one-on-one. I want to get the one-on-one experience.
Jesus or the Lord, like God himself. I know some people kind of put them all in one, but I'm just saying, I guess Jesus is
Well,
a person. I did say, oh, I didn't say person. I just said with anyone. But I didn't really say any spirit because what is God? Is God human? No. He's some
Well, they
kind
say
of
he's fully both. They say fully man, fully human, depending on, I guess, your exact
fully
ways
man,
you
fully
believe.
human. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the right way to say it. I mean, that's true. That's all of us, and
Yeah.
and
He's like
so
a
that's you.
man that has a slight hue to him. I get it.
A
Yeah.
Huey,
Yeah.
more of a Hefner man. So I think that
What kind of
I
question would you ask
would
Jesus?
I would say
You'd be like, yeah, when you coming back?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I would ask him. I can't just ask him the obvious on the nose questions, like, "Hey, who are you?" Because people in the Bible have asked him that, and his answers usually is something cryptic, like, "I am that you say I am," or something like that.
Well, yeah, isn't that
So
always going to be like you're going to be like, "What's your favorite meal?" And he's going to be all cryptic about it. He's going to be like,
the meal which satisfies not only the stomach but the soul,
"Right, right.
and
My favorite
yeah,
meal is conversation."
what's your favorite movie? Yeah, it's the movie
Oh, that'd
that
probably be the Last Temptation. No, I have a feeling he'd be like 300. That's my favorite movie, or just something crazy,
yeah, like John Wick. He could be a John Wick
or
fan.
he could do that,
You don't
or
know.
Meatballs,
You don't know.
or Porky's. He's like Porky's.
Yeah.
Porky's is my favorite movie.
He might also like Beverly Hills Ninja, and people don't think about that.
Well, he might be
Yeah.
hanging out with Chris Farley right now. We don't know. All
Yeah, it
right,
could be.
what
So, yeah, I'd
is
hang out with him.
the scariest animal?
Um, but it's a spider.
Spider's the scariest animal to you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's it.
What is
Spiders.
your?
I don't like them.
You're not a big fan of Spider-Man either. You afraid of Tobey Maguire or Tom
Yeah, too
Holland
many arms.
or Arnold or I said Arnold. What's his name? Andrew Garfield. You
Tom
afraid of all
Arnold.
those guys? All right. What is your earliest memory?
Interrupting my mom while she was having band practice in the living room of a little apartment building,
Wow.
and I think I was told I was 3 years old, but it's only like a blip of a memory. But I also remember, so it's hard because I don't have a good chronological like under hierarchy to my earliest memories. But I also have a very early memory of me out running across the road to a field across the road, and my mom scolding me big time. And I was told that I would have been maybe around 4 years old for that event. So, um, I think the earliest memory is me interrupting my mom's band practice, and I remember I was just yelling, "Mom!"
I thought you were almost going to say interrupting. I thought you were going to say that, but you were going to say by making my mom begat me. Like I thought you were going to be like that
Boy,
was like your birth. It was like I
J-
interrupted her band practice by breaking her water, and then she had to give birth to me, and that was my
that
earliest memory.
um, I hope you would call me out on that
Yeah,
because
yeah. Well,
that
you
would be
never
a
know.
lie.
You never know. Um,
You could always believe my lies.
is the glass half full or half empty?
It's half full.
Okay.
Yeah,
Favorite smell?
because
Oh, go ahead.
you're
Because you're optimistic. That's all you got to say.
yeah, maybe I'm optimistic, but I also think that it's just they're both correct. And I think that like I like to measure things in relation to its maximum utility. So a glass with maximum utility is that it's all the way full. Well, it depends on what you're using it for. All right, we can move on because now I got contingencies in my head. I don't want to start
Well, no,
talking
I was
back and
just gonna
forth.
say like, okay, so it also depends on what's in the glass. If you have hope, then you might say it's half full. Or on a day that you're not doing so well, you might say it's half empty. So it really depends on what you're talking about as well, I think.
Yeah. If the glass is half full of spiders, then I'm not. It's a
Yeah.
bad time
The
either way.
world's scariest animal. Um,
Yeah. Oh, mine.
yeah. Favorite smell?
I think vanilla. Yeah, I think vanilla.
You just like vanilla? All right.
Yep.
Least favorite smell?
There's obvious ones like poop.
Some people like the smell of poop.
Yeah, I don't want to say poop necessarily. I mean, like if I'm driving by, we have fields. There's areas of field like farmland out where we live, and there's certain times you can drive by somewhere and smell the wafts of manure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. It's not. It's. I don't like it, but it's like when you add context to it, like the farmland context, I think it becomes more acceptable like that your smell it's not as assaulting to your senses, I think, because you're like, hey, I'm at the fair, I'm at the farmland, I'm at the 4-H, cruising the 4-H. area.
But I'd rather smell that than like an outhouse that's too full, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But like I'm saying, the context, right?
Yeah, it is about the
I think there's some type of like rotting, like rotting flesh. I'll put it that
yeah,
way.
yeah,
Yeah,
something anything, yeah, or like when you pull like you made like something really good like 3 months ago and you realize it's still in your fridge and you pop the Saran wrap or
man.
the tinfoil off and then it just engulfs the whole room and you're just like, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
And then you realize that
your
it's your
nostrils are just full
neighbor
of
that you killed
spores,
and
fuzzy spores.
yeah.
What's that? Your neighbor?
No, I don't say nothing about my neighbor. All right, so here's the final question in the sack, for you. Other than buying it, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I'd snap my fingers. I'd whistle a tune, shake a hand,
Shake a
give a high
hand?
five. I perform a series of winks. I do a bow. I put on my shoes. I would take off my gloves. I would probably pluck a hair
Just one.
and yeah, and I think I would turn down the volume as well.
That's a lot of things to do that you would do for a Klondike bar. Yeah,
I do like Klondike bars. It's one of my favorite snacks.
they are nice. They are good. All right,
Yeah.
and that has been the Socially Awkward's questionnaire. So good job, Branaconda. Which by the way, I feel like is much scarier than a spider, but we'll move on. All right, it's time for what happens next. This is our final
Oh, I'm
segment of the
excited.
day. I put you in a crazy made up scenario, and then I ask you, hey, what happens next? So are you ready to be put in some kind of crazy scenario?
Let's do it. I think I'm really good in all scenarios, and so I'm gonna try to like really fight my way out of
You
these.
say
So you're
scenario
gonna
all
have
the
to
time, or do you ever say scenario? Like, I feel like I'm being too fancy, but people
scenario.
would always make fun of me when they're like, "Why are you saying it like that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just feel like it's a fancier way of saying it."
How do you say it?
Scenario,
Scenario?
Mario,
Do
like
you say scenario?
Mario. Well, I'll say both, but to be
Yeah,
kind of fancy, I'll say like scenario. The
yeah.
Scenario Brothers.
The Scenario Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Frank Scenario.
yeah,
I think I say scenario,
yeah, yeah,
right? But I can see both sides. Hey, I'm a centrist on pronunciations.
yeah. Apple, apple. All right. Here's the first scenario. You are on top of a mountain with no food, no water, no way down, but you have a hammer. What happens next?
Do I get to ask questions?
Sure,
I think we're like playing Dungeons and Dragons right now.
a little bit.
It's like,
Yeah,
all right, you got a bow at your side, you're staring at three goblins,
yeah.
and your perception is a 10. So what I would do is well, if I knew, I'd climb down the mountain.
Well, says you can't get down. There's no way down.
There's no way down,
There's no way down.
and all I have is a hammer.
Like somebody put you on top of a mountain that's and it like that's basically impassable to climb, but like maybe they put you there with like a helicopter or something. They put you at the top of it, and you have no water, no food, no way down,
All right, I'd
but you
start
have a hammer.
hammering. Is the mountain covered in snow, or is it?
Well, if it's a yeah, if it's going to be a tall mountain, so I think any tall mountain would be covered with snow at the
So do I
top.
have snow ready apparel on my body?
I would say yes, for the sake of
Okay,
this
this is
argument.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I got snow ready apparel on my body,
Snow ready
and
apparel. I don't
so
know anybody that calls it that.
so I would start hammering away. I'd make a little dugout right in the snow,
Mm.
um, a little spot to hang out, and then I would keep hammering until I got down to the rock formations until I found something that was made of flint that would interact with the iron in the hammer, so I could make sparks. And then I would find one piece of clothing that I was able to discard, right? Something that maybe just like one undershirt or something. And then I'd strip it, and some of the strips I'd make it into smaller strips where I could,
New York strip.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a ribeye guy,
Yeah.
but I would make so half of it would be for like catching the sparks on fire, and the other half I'd wrap around the end of the hammer, right? Or I'd have it ready. So I'd hammer it until I get the little strips on fire, and then I'd wrap the rest around the hammer, and now I got the whole shirt right around the edge of the hammer on fire. And then nighttime comes, I'm waving it around, boom, I got a torch. Rescue. I'm getting
Ooh.
rescued.
That is good. Okay, so what if like that whole scenario, but you're actually Jeffrey Epstein? Do you think anybody's gonna come, rescue you?
Am I on an island?
No, you're on a mountain still.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. No, I
Okay.
like it. I like
Okay.
it. And I was almost hoping like you didn't really go this route, but the only way I was thinking I was like, well, what if it was a volcano? And then you did hammer your way into the middle and then you just went down like the chute. But it was like obviously an inactive volcano, or you just die from, lava or whatever. But
Well, I took some liberties for sure, but
no, I like that. I like that.
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna be more dramatic about the next one. You get a piece of mail in your mailbox that states there was an accident at the sperm clinic you donate to, and you now have over 300 biological children. What happens next?
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, it was like,
It was scary.
yeah.
I would
It seemed like it'd be a scary situation at first, at least.
I would make sure that I was available to all the 300 children at the sperm bank. If any of them wanted to contact me, then they would have my information. And then all the ones that turn and all the ones that were open to being contacted, and if they didn't have that information, or maybe when they turn 18, it depends how those things go. But then if the ball was also in my court, then maybe I'd make an effort to contact each one at the appropriate time.
All right, now
And
what
I would
if?
develop a relationship with the ones, by the way, that would want one. And
Okay,
the ones that don't, that would be fine as well.
what if they were all deaf and blind? Don't even contact them then. Just let them be.
Yeah, I don't think I
Okay. All right. No, just kidding.
I
All
don't
right.
want
All
that.
right. We got three more here. All
Okay.
right. You're stranded in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on a raft and you meet a talking dolphin. What happens next?
Well, I make friends with the dolphin. Um, and through the dolphin, I make friends with its family and
Now, I
such
didn't
things
say
like
he could
that. Yeah.
speak English, by the way, but we're just assuming, I guess he can.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that we can speak this, that we can communicate.
Yeah.
We're able to communicate
Gotcha.
in a way where we can have complex conversations. Is that fair? Okay. So I'm going to say that I befriend the dolphin, and then I strike up a deal, right? So what do I have? I have a raft.
You're on a raft, yeah, in the middle of the ocean, but Pacific Ocean to be more specific.
I'm on a raft. What's the raft made of?
I don't know, a raft? What are most rafts made
Okay.
of?
So do you mind if I take a liberty here then?
Oh, go for it.
Okay, the raft is a wooden raft, homespun,
Oh,
right? Made of, say, like 8 different logs, with twine intertwined with homemade twine, or maybe some good ropage cordage
intertwined
that's
with some
through each log.
homemade twine?
That's
What are
right.
you writing
And
a
it's
country
holding
song
these
right now? Okay, go ahead.
8 logs. Well, I lost my dog, lost my wife,
Yeah.
and now I just got this raft. So I'm sitting here, I'm floating in the middle of the ocean. So I would loosen 1 or 2 of these logs because I don't need them. I only need like 5
Okay.
logs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I take the extra twine from those and I create a harness for the dolphin and his friends that I've negotiated with.
Oh. Are you gonna ride the
So now
dolphin?
and I'm gonna have him pull the raft, right? Like a
Oh, you're
horse
gonna
and
have him pull it.
buggy
Okay.
chariot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and as part of this journey, I promise them that through the communications, I will be able to get them like food and things like that as a reward from the local fishermen that we're going to because I speak the language and of the I can
Mhm.
go on land and speak to those people.
What if the dolphin asked you one key question that you answered yes to, and his question was, "Do you eat tuna fish sandwiches?"
And I'll say, well, do you eat tuna fish sandwiches?
You know what's great is I think it would be great if like there was some dolphins in the ocean right now playing the same game, and they're like, "All right, well, what if you were on land and a human could talk dolphin? What would you do?" I think that'd just be hilarious.
Yeah.
We'll do
And
that
one
one
of them
next time.
goes,
I'll put you. I'll be like, okay, you're now like we'll put you in the you're a dolphin, and we'll put you in different scenarios. That might be more
yeah,
fun sometime.
that's great. Yeah. And they go, what if the human turns and says, do you eat dog sandwiches?
Yeah, yeah.
And the dolphin goes,
And
shoot,
the
I don't know
human will
what to say
be,
here.
like, North Korean, so he'll
Depends
be
on,
like, "Yeah, I do."
it's okay. Yeah. But do you, that's why you have to ask, do you eat them?
Right, right. Yeah. Alright, alright. It's the 1970s, and you've become wanted by the 5 families of New York for accidentally running over a made man with your lawnmower. What happens next? So now the
1970s
mob
New York,
the mob is after
the
you.
mob's on me,
Yeah,
made man.
yeah. Yeah, because you killed a made man. I don't know why he was on your lawn for some reason.
Did I do it, or am I just accused?
Well, no, because you accidentally did it. It's not like you intentionally did it. You accidentally did
Ah,
it, but with the
okay.
mob, it doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter if it's accidental or intentional. So what do? You might want to befriend that dolphin again. Find a dolphin.
So how do I know they're coming, or are they already? Am I already like in my house, backed up into a corner with 5
No,
mobsters
I would
around me?
assume that you would have known who this person was, that he was affiliated with the mafia. You accidentally ran him over with your lawnmower, and you're realizing it just at this moment, and you're like, okay, what do I do next?
Got it. Immediately, right? I contact the FBI and I tell them the situation. I said, "Look, I have an in to the mob, but I need you guys to corroborate with me on this story." So then I get papers from the mob proving that the guy I ran over was an FBI informant, a snitch, right? So I take this paperwork and I plant it in a spot where the mob can find it. So now when they come to me, I say, "Look, I found out Hughes has a boy who is a snitch, and
Use
I
had
ran
a
this guy
as a
over."
boy.
And I ran this guy over with my lawnmower, saving you guys trouble. Here's the paperwork. I found it on his body, and all the paperwork is legit. So now the mob sees that I'm into the mob, but now I'm the real informant because this is part of the deal with the FBI.
That's
Yeah. So
that's
the plot thickens,
yeah.
and the
This is a
story
movie, by
continues.
the way. We're writing our own movie right now. It's great. I don't think that's a great way to start a movie. By the way, is by somebody accidentally running over a made man from the mafia. I like that. You are good at this. We're gonna keep doing this because you are good at this. I mean, not like more today. I'm just saying in the future we're gonna keep doing this. All right, I have one more for you. You are shrunk down to the size of an ant in your backyard, and a giant wolf spider, is chasing you. The most dangerous, scariest animal that you ever is chasing you, and you're the size of an ant in your backyard. What happens next?
I'm me, but the size of an ant,
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids situation type thing for anybody that gets that reference.
and the wolf spider's chasing me.
Yeah. Because the wolf spider, to a human, it's not poisonous or anything, it's not. But to a little ant or the person the size of an ant, it's not going to be good. It could practically eat you.
Yeah. I think you just gave me a no-win scenario here.
You need
You
your own
know,
self to come over and run that wolf spider over with the lawnmower, is what you need.
that's right. Yeah. I think I just grab the sharpest pine needle I can find and I just hold it like a lance and I turn around and I think I just face that spider. And I know I'm facing a 99.9 repeating probability death scenario, but knowing that my alternative is basically running to exhaustion and dying anyway, I think that I just turn and I face him in my final hours and I give him everything I have.
Why don't you just make like ants travel in like a big group? Why don't you just try to
If an
find a
ant
way?
sees me, that's why like if I was an ant, I would find ants. But I think being a human,
They're going to be like, they might try to, that just might be another enemy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's alternative scenario. I find ants and I pretend that I'm an aphid and
Ooh.
they take me in as one of their aphids.
Yeah.
Now this part's a little, I don't know how this part works because I think ants they milk the juicy fluids from the aphids.
Ooh. Who
I'm not
doesn't, dude?
sure.
That's what I would do.
I'm I'm not sure how that works out, but I that's an alternative ending.
All right. So this has been another great episode. This was episode number 23, Branaconda. Do you love it? Do you love it?
I
Do you love
I
that Jim
I
Carrey movie about the number
well,
23?
I like it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you don't love it yet. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. I want to tell everybody that next week, and Mr. Branacana doesn't know this, but our topic for next week's podcast is marijuana. Also, I want to remind people that our last week's episode with our special guest, who is a paranormal field researcher, Lori Sullivan, is that one has been posted on YouTube and Spotify. So if you want to get into the nitty gritty about cryptids, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, which are the same thing, a crazy ghost haunting that she talks
Ghost
about,
hog.
yeah, ghost talk, and then of course the Sasquatch genome study that was pretty interesting to talk about. So go on and check that out because I think it was a great episode. It was our first guest ever, and we're hoping to have more guests. So Branaconda, do you want to say anything else to the people before we go? Yep, he's a man of many words, folks. All right, well. It's been a great episode, and we will see you next time. So thanks for watching the pod.
Bye.